Hi and welcome to the second episode of Mindcraft by Anmol. In the first episode, we got to know more about Akshata Kammar, who is she, what was her childhood, and how is her relation to creativity and all of that. And in this episode, we are going to talk about how external environments are connected to our internal mental states. We are going to dive deep into Vaastu, interior designing, and what are the core skills an interior designer should have. So if you haven't watched the first episode, I would recommend you go watch it because this episode is connected to the first episode. It's less than 20 minutes. I know you're busy and I know your time is important. So we have tried concising the information in 20 minutes. I hope you get the maximum value out of this podcast. Hi Akshata, welcome back.
Hello. Thank you.
I'm planning in this episode, we shall talk about how external environments are connected with internal mental states. So, with that, the first question that comes in my mind is how do interior spaces influence emotional and mental well being? How keeping things in the place there where they're supposed to be kept would keep us mentally fit and mentally calm?
I think I and you, we have discussed this a couple of times, but now this is for our audience. Whenever any client sees a designer, or even most of all my clients, those who
Right.
are quite less aware, there are just two things they focus on. One is what is the budget, and how is my home going to look? A lot of pictures on Google, Pinterest, it floods their phone. In fact, they have more design portfolios heavier, larger than what I've been doing. And I think that is taking them to a wrong perception. It is just showing them the commercial aspect of it, and it is showing them it is all taking them to a different path. They are just going by the colors and the looks. Here, I'm talking about the virtues of design. It is not the color, design, the finish, and of course, not the budget. It is the
Right.
virtues of design. What virtues of design can give you is we can create an habitat, we can create an ecosystem, an atmosphere, an environment which is totally customized and tailor made for you. Just imagine we are creating a world for you to live in, to thrive in. What more do you want? How can
Mm.
a color excite you, or an image or a design, when I look forward to giving you more than that?
Right.
I
Right.
feel a home can give you more than that, more than just like, I would rather say, we talk a lot about कपड़े या बर्तन रखने की जगह मेरा स्टोरेज आ जाएगा, मेरे कपड़े आ जाएँगे, मेरा लॉफ्ट स्टोरेज आएगा, मेरा अंडर बेड स्टोरेज आएगा, साइड स्टोरेज. We buy a property or we buy a home just to dump things. We just walk with a pair of clothes outside and we just dump things. And here I talk about giving them their address, their sanity, their place to live, thrive, peace, comfort, harmony. Even these things can accommodate in a home rather than just putting storage.
Right. Right.
It is like buying a big box of storage to put small boxes of storage. I would
Right.
rather say let's create pockets, pockets
Mm.
of faith, comfort. For a simple example, just to elaborate this, is if I give you a bag of clothes and some utilities, what you need to live, and ask you to live in a forest or a jungle for some time, your state of mind will be different with the same things within that.
Right.
If I put you in an unknown place, again, you'll be having a different mindset.
Right.
Okay. And now, if I do a home tailored for you to just put these things properly and even think about your mental
Mm.
state or your state of mind, won't this give you a better quality of life?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I talk about that, and we cannot discuss design, and we can't shape our storage boxes. We want to
Mm.
shape your life here.
Right. Right.
We can't have a circular mirror or a square mirror, so that you will not look pretty in a square or a circular mirror.
Mm.
Okay. But giving you a level up lifestyle, giving you a good quality of life, and that comes by knowing your daily routine, your disciplines, your motivational factors. How do you
Mm.
take the day? How do you live the day?
Right.
And
Right.
that participation requires from the client's end for me to identify what lacks in his day to day life, what he needs to level up his career or his quality of life or a good sleep or to have a great health, all this comes from a good home. All this comes from a good home.
Right. So you also do you also play a role of psychologist here, understanding all
I
the
I say
perspectives.
if you design a home from me, you don't need a therapist. So I'm a threat to you.
Beautiful. Uh, so what I can listen from this conversation is that more than beautification, it is the personalization that's required to the home.
Yes.
Getting at your ease and according to how what kind of person you are, the personality
Yes.
and should match that should align. That's when
Yes.
you'll be in connection with your home. That's what I
Rightly
can learn.
understood. Rightly understood.
Great, great. We'll be moving to the next question. I have heard a lot about Vastu. My family believes
Mm.
a lot about Vastu, and as much as I have read that it holds a lot of energy in certain specific parts of home or wherever you are, the structural places. So tell me more about Vastu and how it and what is the significance of Vastu.
Vastu is a very simple thing. Vastu is just a science of placement. It is just a science. It is totally logical. We have understood it in a different way with the mythological packaging, with the story packaging, with a packaging of fear. Like if you don't have this, you're going to incur bad health. If you don't do this, if you don't use this corner, you'll have some bad health issues or you might lose out onto some wealth. It actually is not like that. Like I would just say it is a simple mix of science and logics. It is just
Okay,
simply as that. So the sun rising factor, like all the 365 days, the sun rises in the east, settles in the west.
right.
So I would rather say face towards the east and rise up so that you at least get up early. You have that motivation to get up early. Healthy, yes, you will be healthy if you face east because yes, vitamin D is there.
Yeah.
Yes, so it comes from science, and if you do according to the placement, anything which is scientific is
Hmm.
makes you healthy. Even if you
Right.
eat food in the right
Hmm.
proportion and in the
Right.
right degree of expectations of how much what it's going to, if you have these many grams of protein, it's going to help you for so many hours of energy. So it's the same thing. If you place your furniture in the right way, I would not say furniture, it is utility placements. Then you
Hmm.
can take the benefits of nature absolutely free of cost.
Right.
Absolutely free. You can use your space to the optimum.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nature
Hmm.
is ready to give you free of cost. You don't have to pay any consultation or
Right.
anything to the nature. Just
Right.
place it to the right directions and take all the free goodies from nature. That's
And
Vastu.
not everybody knows about Vastu. So that's where Vastu consultation becomes important. And people like you
It
should
is
help.
important.
Yeah. 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 So it in a way creates a very harmonious space around.
Yes,
And
it does.
it plays a lot with your energy states also. I feel
Yes.
that's what it
Anything
is.
natural is harmonious. Anything
Mhm.
natural.
Right.
So
Right.
we are just rising with the sun, we are sitting down with the sun. So we
Right.
want to be in harmony with nature, and that is
Yeah.
being harmony with, and so we want our spaces also to be in harmony with nature, and that
Mhm.
Vastu gives you. The principles of Vastu keeps your space in harmony with nature.
Right. Right. So there's science also involved in Vastu, right?
Totally science. It's totally science.
Right. Yeah. Because people confuse it with some magical stuff or something like that.
No
Yeah.
beliefs here, no
Yeah.
belief system, no faith system. It is the Earth's magnet, the Earth's
Right.
light, the winds,
Hmm.
these three to four elements. What Vastu talks about these five elements of earth, water, fire,
Right.
air, light.
Hmm.
So it is all the combination of these things. They just come naturally to you. You have to just accommodate yourself by facing and taking those directions. That's all. It's just the placement.
Placement, right. Uh, do you know about the flow state? So flow state is state when you are completely focused in your productive zone. So you're not distracted, you're enjoying the process. So I want to know from your end, is design therapeutic?
Yes, it is. It
uh,
is
so in a way it also impacts your mental fitness.
a lot. It's very empowering. Very
Mhm.
empowering.
So how is your experience with that?
It is so empowering. Like, I would just put one line first and then explain and elaborate that God gives us life, we create lifestyles. So I put myself next to God when I call myself an interior designer.
Right,
I would
right.
say, like, what I have thought for you, what I've visualized for you, I can absolutely create that for you.
Mhm.
When you have so much of energy and so much of, what you can say, you are nowhere directionless here. What I've
Right.
thought for you, you're going to use the space what I made for you for another coming few decades, not with just one or two people, with 2 to 3 generations. And when I'm creating that for you, if I've thought something and when I can make what I've thought,
Right.
that is too empowering for me. And of course, therapeutic because it is exactly tailor made for you the way you want, like your little small habits, your little likings. If someone is taking care of you, like suppose if someone gives you a gift or someone makes what you like, one meal of the day, if it's prepared according to your taste, you're so happy. Just
Right.
imagine the entire day is tailored according to your needs, small to big needs, peace to comfort, utility. If everything the designer is taking care of you to smaller details to a larger life, just imagine what kind of happiness you're enrolling into.
Right. 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 Very, very informative. It's very
You look
insightful.
happy while listening to this, so I
Yes,
wish you've understood it the right way.
definitely.
Yeah,
In any profession, skills are very important. Uh,
yes,
as a psychologist, one of the skill that's very important is how you listen to people, right? So every profession has its own set of skills that you require to master, right?
yes.
And when it comes to interior designing, and for the people who are watching this series, this episode, what would be the skills that an interior designer should have, or an architect should have?
Basically, here again, I lower down myself with just knowing two things. One is listen what they want
Hmm.
and tell them what you can give.
Right.
These two skills are very important because when you can hear them, it is not exactly hear them. You should hear to your space, you should
Right.
hear to your clients, and फिर उनकी दोस्ती करा दो. बस
Mhm.
listen to your clients and listen to your space, and you are the bridge between the two. उनकी दोस्ती करा दो because they are going to live for longer. You are just here to, just to collaborate them together. And you should be able to do that as a designer. You should आपके जो ओनर है द स्पेस ओनर एंड द स्पेस अगर इनकी दोस्ती आप करा पाओगे यू आर द बेस्ट डिजाइनर आई रेट
Which
देम टू बी द बेस्ट
this exact conversation brings me to the next question. How do you approach the balance between creativity, clients expectations and visions, and the harmony, basically the functional harmony? How do you balance between all of these, because you have something in mind and the client has something in mind, and the vision, there's a conflict in the vision. So how do you balance it out?
initial first two meetings with my clients I only take the requirements, I listen to them, and I sit with an activity log. See,
Right.
you need a lot of things. You want a lot of things. You aspire for a lot of things. But does your space allow you all that? Is that your space gives you a reality check? And then when I take them down to the space, ki, yes, I'll accommodate this with you in this format, giving them what they want and seeing the output.
Right.
And when space comes with dimensions, it comes with the right degree of expectations. So once you introduce them to the space, their vision definitely aligns with yours. So
Right.
here, the space takes the entire credit, not
Hmm.
me, not the client. It's the space who tells you, I am here, मुझे देखो आप, फिर आप अपना चलाओ.
Right, right, right. So we shall be ending this episode here. Uh, it was a lot informative, and I got a lot of perspectives on interior designing, your mindset, and how do you approach with certain things. So, uh, in the next episode, we'll talk about your mission, your contribution, and your vision for the change.
Sure.
All right. See you in the
Yeah.
next episode.
Yeah. Thank you.